All right, everyone, welcome inside. I'm on Zoom, just so you know, just want to give a fair warning, but welcome inside the Virtual Media Center here at the Dow GLBI. I want to start off with Team Wizards of Weaverly Place. I love the team name. Alison, we were talking about it yesterday, but how did that one come to be for you?
Honestly, I just saw a lot of girls making plays on movie names and all that stuff, and for some reason, it just like popped into my head. And I texted her about it because we were trying to figure out what our name should be, and she was like, "Oh, I kind of like that," but we never fully went through with it or confirmed it or anything. But yeah, I thought it was all right.
How do you like the play on words there, Lindsey?
I think it's cute. I was worried that a lot of people wouldn't get it. I mean, obviously, I know and I get it, but
It's like our childhood watching the show.
I think it's cute.
All right, and let's just talk about this outstanding round today of four ball here. Your front nine, birdies all over the place. Alison, what was working so well for you guys?
I think we were both just playing really well, and it worked out. You know, we obviously weren't making birdies on the same holes. We did birdie number 9 together, which was awesome.
18.
But yeah, or 18, yeah. But I mean, it was great. We were both on our game on the front nine. I feel like obviously we had a really good round today, but we did leave a lot of strokes out there. You know, on our back side, we missed quite a few birdie putts. But overall, I think, you know, we shouldn't be too upset with where we are going into the weekend.
Lindsey, what do you think of this format, and how do you think it fits well to both of y'all's game?
I think it's just really fun, and I think, you know, regardless of how either anybody has been playing, it's like you come here and you're with your teammate, you feel so comfortable. Well, especially for us, because since we're such close friends, I just feel very comfortable, and so I think it's, you know, it's just easy to play well and easy to have like a nice support system out there and someone and her caddy and my caddy. I think we've just had a really good chemistry throughout the week, and I think it's really fun and just got to continue to make some more birdies. And
what have you thought of yesterday too, that alternate shot format? What do you think worked well for you guys there yesterday too as well?
Honestly, I feel like we were both hitting it pretty good. I mean, when it comes to alternate shot, you can't really make too many mistakes or else you're going to get a high number on every hole. And so, I mean, we played pretty steady throughout for the whole round. We only had 2 birdies, 1 bogey, and they were both pretty easy birdies. Lindsey hit one really close. I hit one really close. We did miss quite a few putts yesterday as well. So overall, I feel like we're both, you know, playing really well. Our games are pretty good right now. And that's the thing about this format, too. We both have been friends for so long, and we both know each other's games so well and know how we kind of act on the golf course. So if one of us gets down or whatever, we know how to handle the situation and stuff like that. So
I think we've also been playing very consistently, and that's definitely as individual players, it's our strong suit. So.
And before I open it up to questions, when did you two decide that you wanted to team together for this event? Because I know that there were some different partners back in 2019.
We were actually going to play together last year before COVID and stuff hit, but obviously didn't work out. So
yeah, and then she texted me. I think you texted me like early in the year, and you were like, "You still want to be partners for that?" I was like, "Yeah." So here we are.
I love that. All right, we'll open it up to questions. Austin, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Hi, Alison and Lindsey. Thanks for taking some time. Wanted to ask kind of to that point that we just talked about too, just your friendship and how important it is and how it translates to success on the golf course in a team event like this, obviously with that magical, I guess we could call it, front nine. I was going to make a pun about Wizards of Waverly Place, but I decided against it. But anyway, just how does your friendship translate to success out on the golf course?
Well, I think the mental aspect of golf is so important. And, you know, if you have someone there right next to your playing partner that you're super comfortable with and you've played golf with them basically your whole life, and we've been playing golf since we were really young. So yeah, we're just really comfortable around each other, and it just kind of brings this level of confidence on the course because I do trust her. I think she trusts me. And so yeah, it just kind of brings that great chemistry. We played with Hyoju and Eunhee today, and they're really close friends as well. So that was kind of nice to see, you know, both teams in the same group just having like basically a really fun day.
Yeah. I think it really helps the vibe and like the team dynamic. Like obviously we're just very close. We know each other so well. Like she's in my wedding, and you know, like we've been very close for a long time. So it's fun. It's just fun, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Allison, thinking about, it's a question that floats around a lot this week. But your experience in the Solheim Cup, how does that experience, obviously that's a match play experience versus a stroke play experience here, but how does that time in the Solheim Cup help you kind of prepare or think about this tournament, even though it's a little bit different?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Solheim Cup is basically the same format. I mean, I haven't played Solheim Cup since 2015, but Lindsey and I actually played together in the junior Solheim Cup when we were like
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
And
Wyndham
you know,
Cup.
in junior golf, they do have quite a few match play events where they do have quite a few formats like this, and we've played together in those. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, this tournament isn't really like anything else. I think a lot of players just come because it's such a good time, and it's very rare you get to play in a team setting in golf because it's an individual sport. Both her and I went to college, and we got to experience that in college, and so it's kind of nice to come out here and not have to carry your whole round on your own back, and you just have a partner there to help you.
A lot less stress.
That junior Solheim Cup that you mentioned, is that where you two met, or did you meet prior to that as well?
No, we met prior to that. I mean,
I remember playing together in Las Vegas, and I think
I had to have been like, if that was Las Vegas, I was probably
2007?
12 or 13. Yeah.
you were 13.
Yeah.
You were definitely, so I was
Yeah.
14.
So more than
You might have been 12.
13 years, probably
and
12.
I was 13.
Yeah, so 14 years. We've known each other for 14 years, yeah.
Not to date ourselves.
Probably feels like yesterday, right?
No. I feel old now when I think back at those
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. Thank you both. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to go to Beth Ann and then we'll go to Steve. Beth Ann, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Yes. Hi, ladies. Good
Hello.
playing
Hey, Beth.
today.
Thank you.
First of all, when's the wedding date, Lindsey?
It is November 27th.
Oh, coming up. Exciting.
Quickly.
And for both of you, if you could just tell me, what do you think the key is to your consistent play? Not just this week, but coming into this week.
You can answer that.
I feel like everybody, my dad and my fiance always tell me, like, you're such a consistent player, like that's your thing. You make a lot of pars. You are very steady. That's just the way you've always played. That's how you are as a player. So, and I feel like Alison is really the same way, and it's just a trait.
I know. I think it's, it's always good to have two players that are pretty consistent, and we were both pretty consistent today. I mean, we made a couple mistakes here and there, but I mean, overall, we didn't make any bogeys today. We missed quite a few birdie putts on the back.
But it's just a lot of fairways, a lot of greens,
Yeah.
and a lot of looks at it.
So I don't think there's any real strategy when it comes to playing an event like this. It's just, make the birdies when you can and trust your other partner will do the same thing. Yeah.
So in your own game this year, Allison, what's been your strength this year?
Honestly, it's just having fun and being confident on the golf course again. I'm hitting my driver a lot better. My iron shots have been really good. I've been pretty consistent with my iron shots, which has helped me a lot. I think just overall, just feeling a lot better on the golf course. I did struggle the last few years. I mean, we both had to go back to Q school a couple times, which is really frustrating. But that's kind of how it just kind of made us stronger, like our friendship even stronger because we've had to go through things like that. And so,
That's actually kind of how we got so close. Like in 2019, we were both struggling, and so we spent a lot of weekends together. So, and then went to Q school together for 2 weeks, and we're very close throughout that. Played every practice round, spent every day together, went to movies together, and then it just kind of translated to more out here, even more so.
yeah.
One last thing, is there anything when you were struggling on a weekend that either one of you remembers the other one said to each other that kind of helped you mentally to stay positive?
I don't think it was anything that was said, but it was just more so having each other and
Yeah.
being able to kind of have that escape from the golf course and not just have to be so depressed on the weekends when we'd make cuts. Just we'd have each other's company, make each other laugh, go do fun stuff, and just kind of get away from golf and
Yeah,
and things like that.
we kind of had each other to like lean on and be supportive of one another because we both knew what the other was going through, and so we would find activities to do on the weekends. Allison's so good at that, so we would always like do something fun on the weekend just to kind of take our mind off of the tough year we were having. Me specifically, I was having a very tough year. So it's okay.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, Steve.
Well, Beth asked most of the questions I was going to, but you both had success early on, and golf seemed fun and easy, and then you both struggled. Was there a period of time where you're like, I'm done with this. I hate this game. I'm walking away.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, we both have talked about it. I mean, when we would go back to Q school, have to play a few Symetra Tour events. I had to play quite a couple Symetra events in the beginning of the year. And sometimes you just kind of get really down on yourself and you get so negative and you kind of question yourself, okay, is this for me? Do I belong out here? And, I mean, having good weeks like this where you have a really good round and it just kind of makes you believe in yourself again. And I think that's so important when you're out here. You need to, when you come out here, you need to believe that you can win as opposed to coming out here and just going through the motions. Yeah. So.
And just trying to make cuts. Mm-hmm. I think for me, like I did not want to continue playing golf after 2019. I've told this story before, but my mom said, "Oh, just give it one more shot. Just go to Q school and give it one more shot." Because I didn't even want to go to Q school. I was just done. I was just so over it. And I finished like 4th and got my card back. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll give it one more try. And had a pretty good year last year. So my mother takes the credit for that one, as she does.
As nice as you both are, it's hard to use this word, but golf's a hard game, and you have to harden up to play it. When did you both realize that, and what's it been like?
I mean, for me, I've had so many up and downs in my career ever since I was really young. Even in junior golf, I mean, there have been years where I would just, I don't know, like my whole career has been such a roller coaster for me. And so, when I had, my struggles over the last couple of years, it didn't feel new. And it just kind of felt so repetitive, like, oh my gosh, this is happening to me again. Like, why am I so mentally just not in the right place whenever I play golf, and why does this happen to me? And so, it's always nice to come back and play good golf, and it just kind of makes everything go away and you kind of forget about all the bad times. But I feel like that just, that stuff kind of happens. You're never going to see someone in their career consistently just always going up. And it just makes you learn a lot about yourself and kind of grounds you as a person, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there are just so many highs and lows, as everybody else says. There are just so many highs and lows out here. And my fiance plays on Korn Ferry too, so it's like between the two of us, it's like one has a good week, one has a bad week, and it's like, it's just, particularly for me, it's always up and down, and it's never going to be steady. And so it's just mentally trying to stay as level as you can, and just knowing that if you miss a cut 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it's not the end of the world. There's always next week. There's always another opportunity.
And last question from me. Could you speak about the embrace that this community has had for this event? Last year this golf course was underwater, and now
yeah,
we're
I've
back.
heard.
Great.
I think that's what's so great about towns like this. You can go to a restaurant down the street and like, oh, are you playing in the tournament? Where I'm from in LA, we'll have that Wilshire event. I'll go to the restaurant literally across the street from Wilshire and be like, oh, you play golf? That's a thing? So
yeah, it's really cool to see how the community has really rallied behind this tournament, and a lot of people who work for Dow and Three Rivers and all the major sponsors. And I know I'm staying with a family who works for Dow, and the man is retired and the woman still works, but they love this tournament, and they actually feel a little guilty for their so much involvement because they haven't done any work this week. But it's really cool to see that, and such good crowds out here. They're so uplifting, and it's nice to just have the fans back.
All right, we'll wrap up with Ken. Ken, if you'd like to unmute yourself real quick.
Lindsey, if you weren't playing golf, what else were you considering doing in 2019?
I majored in finance in college, so I moved to Dallas with my fiance, and I was planning on getting a job in finance there.
And Alison, you mentioned that it's been a roller coaster of a career, and you've learned a lot about yourself. What in particular have you learned?
that there's just so much more to life than my score on the golf course. I mean, I used to think golf defined me, and I used to think people only care about me or like me if I play well. And, you know, I think a lot of it was college as well. Going to college and spending all 4 years there just kind of really showed me that there's so much more to life than, you know, just going to a new golf course every week. And so, yeah, basically that. And, I mean, we both, you know, went to college. We were both in sororities in college as well. We have a lot of non-golfer friends who just kind of bring us back to reality whenever we, you know, have conversations with them or catch up with our friends from back home, which is nice.
Yeah. They have no idea about golf or how we played. They don't really
Exactly.
care.
Yeah.
And it's so important to have something to just find your own happiness outside of golf, and just to have something that it's not so heavy all the time.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kent. Just for everyone on the call, we're going to keep the Zoom link open for the next couple of groups coming in. But thank you so much, you two.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.